Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Shifty Bitches podcast. I'm Carrie, your resident Shifty Bitch. Hello. Here, the master plan is to talk about everything. Now, I'm not talking about one or two little topics. It's all going to be about graphic design or painting or motorcycling. There is no one lane here. It is all of the lanes. So, motorcycling, graphic design, grief, nail polish, friendships, menopause, how to keep your plants alive, where the best deals are for Black Friday, who knows? It's going to be all sorts of crazy and wild stuff. That's why we'll shift from topic to topic, thus Shifty Bitches. Sometimes it'll just be me. Other times I'll bring on guests to help entertain and inspire all of us. So why? Why start a podcast? Why bother? I am way more comfortable behind the camera, taking the pictures, taking the video, than being in front of it. Same for the microphone. I much prefer to write a script than to be the one reading it for a commercial or a video. Seems a smidge counterintuitive at this exact moment though, but humor me. Here's how it all went down. So last week, I went for a walk and chose to listen to a very lovely podcast while I meandered through my neighborhood. And I'm located in Northwest Pennsylvania, and if anyone is familiar with that area, you know it's fall and it's gorgeous and the leaves are turning. It's a spectacular time of year to be outside. So I chose to listen to the Full-Time Freedom podcast created by my friend and business coach Mel, along with her BFF in life, Jessie. Shout out. Hi girls. Thank you for the inspo. So normally I choose a podcast based upon the topic, but this time was different. This time I chose a podcast based upon how long it was. Fun fact about me, I am currently recovering from surgery, and while I'm not allowed to lift anything, I am allowed to walk, which is good for my recovery and my sanity. So this particular day, I was aiming to walk for about an hour. This episode was 58 minutes long, which was perfect. One could call it kismet, looking back. So Mel and Jessie on Full-Time Freedom podcast were speaking with a woman named Chelsea Rife. The topic turned out to be about long-form storytelling. So podcasts. Now this was very cool, but not in a million years did I ever think I'd start one. I thought, well, at least I like to listen to their banter. They're very fun and entertaining. I might pick up some nuggets of information and inspiration because I'm writing a couple books right now. So we'll see how that all translates. Chelsea, Jessie, and Mel discussed how Chelsea got into podcasting, the benefits, the pros, the cons, and ultimately why the format is so very valuable. About 30 minutes after I started listening, I began to realize I was walking faster and faster and faster. It wasn't because I was suddenly feeling better or I was totally crushing my walk. I realized the more that they talked, the more I found myself agreeing with and internalizing their ideas. You know what I mean? Like, how does this reflect upon my life? How could I bring that into my life? How can I make my business better and all of those things? But then I stopped. I physically stopped walking. Wasn't on purpose, just kind of happened. I froze and I found myself thinking, sorry, a little bit of swearing here, or a lot of swearing, sorry, I swear a lot. I found myself thinking, holy shit, why the fuck am I not doing this? Could I do this? Sure, I could do this. No, I'm not doing this. Yes, I'm definitely doing this. I might be nuts, but I'm doing this. This really could be crazy. I need to phone a friend, like 2 or 9. I need to call my friends because I know that they will level with me. They'll tell me if this is crazy, or if they like the idea, or if they think I should just dig in and give it a try. Before we go any further, I sincerely hope you have friends like this in your life. The kinds of friends who will love you through the thick and thin, but who will also call you out on your shit. I am fortunate to have many ladies like this in my life. You know who you are, and I love you guys. Side note, if you don't have friends like that, at least one friend like that, it's time to shop for some new friends. You don't have to get rid of the old ones, but you need some that are going to level with you because it's healthy. It's a healthy thing. Okay, back to the story. So I'm walking faster and faster through my pretty little autumn neighborhood and propelled by the zany idea that I'm going to go home and start a podcast. Fast forward 2 miles, and I've walked much further than I should and much faster than I was supposed to. Sorry, Dr. H. Just so I could get home and start working out this idea. My plan was relatively simple. Get home, grab my idea notebook, and make a list of all the things I could talk about at this very moment. Like if I were to start a podcast as soon as I got home, right now, in this breath, this very second, what would I talk about without a stitch of research? What's in my brain? What do I have to share? Do I have anything to share? So the expectation of this exercise was twofold. I'd either be able to see on paper in black and white, right in front of my eyes, a topic or a niche for a podcast. Or it would be glaringly obvious that a podcast was a terrible idea. And I'd just move on to the next thing. And this would just be a few pages in my idea notebook for future Carrie to ruminate and reminisce over in the future. So after about, I'd say about 15 short minutes, I took a step back, took a deep breath, and realized I had 27 topics. 27 idea episodes staring me in the face. Now, these ideas were all so very random, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast. There wasn't an obvious niche staring back at me at that paper at all. It was not DIY, it wasn't motorcycling, it wasn't curly hair. Or was there a niche? And I just wasn't seeing it. The one thing that tied all of these wacky ideas together was me. Now, I've been through some wild shit, both personally and professionally, throughout my 47 years on this beautiful planet. I've learned through those experiences a great deal about myself and a lot about others and the general human condition. Maybe through this Shifty Bitches podcast, someone out there could learn something from those experiences, maybe find some inspiration, quit the job, start the business, get the dog, get the plant, who knows? But maybe this will help. Maybe it'll help me. Maybe starting this podcast will take a leap into something else. Who knows? But isn't that exciting? So this episode is titled, Why Not Me? For a few reasons. The first one is selfishly to inspire myself to actually get off of my ass and do this scary thing before it's just a page in a notebook, before it's just a fleeting idea. Second is to try to cast aside my mountains of fear of failure to do the thing and to perhaps inspire some of you along the way. So about 1 million years ago, when I took a road trip from Pennsylvania to Colorado to visit some family, we ended up going on a whitewater rafting tour. It was exhilarating. If you get a chance to go. But my biggest tip for you is do everything the guide tells you and wear all the safety gear they give you, because there's a reason. There's a reason they give you that safety gear. Wear it. Anyhow, so halfway down there, halfway through our tour, there's this beautiful, mellow area where the water totally calmed down. No rapids, just these beautiful little current. It was serene, stunning, high cliffs. It was gorgeous. So at this point, we basically pulled over from paddling and took a break. There was a spot where the guides encouraged people to walk up the side of a mountain. And, well, I think it was a mountain. It was really high. So they would walk up this hill and then jump off of a cliff about 35 feet down into the deep blue, sparkling, gorgeous water. Now, everyone kept their life vests on, which looked really, really funny while they were hiking up this path. However, when they got to the end of the cliff and they jumped, they popped into the water and then popped right back up. It was the coolest little thing. It was just, a neat little moment to see all of these people jumping and then popping right back up out of the water. So that afternoon, I watched nearly 20 people scale this hill and have an absolute blast jumping into that perfect water. Some went more than once. That's how exciting it was. Not me. I stayed in the boat. I didn't even step on the shore. To this day, I have absolutely no idea what paralyzed me so, psychologically paralyzed me in that moment. Why wouldn't I leave the boat? I didn't even go on shore. I didn't hike up. I didn't even try. So it's been, over 20 years since that trip. And I still think about that 20-minute break on the Colorado River when I didn't even try. Oh. So, this is me, Carrie, taking the fucking leap. Starting the Shifty Bitches podcast and welcoming you into my crazy life. Thank you for being here. Let's learn some stuff, shall we? So over the next however long, we'll shift back and forth from different topics each week, but it'll always be a little adventure. Hopefully, you'll be entertained and who knows, perhaps even walk away feeling a little inspired. Inspiration is basically what led me here today. Hopefully, it'll take you somewhere great this week. I have no idea where this podcast journey is going to take me, but I'm all in. I am taking this leap. Life is meant to be lived. Humans are meant to learn and evolve. So let's dig in and do this shit together, shall we? Thank you for tuning into the first ever Shifty Bitches podcast. I am honored you joined me, and I look forward to shifting to another topic with you next week.